Media Berhad, please welcome.
So very good morning to Honorable YB, Datuk-Datuk, VVIPs, respected members of the audience as well. My name is Ravi and my team and we are from Siliconmax Technology. And today we will be presenting to you the future of STEAM education using augmented and virtual reality. So although there are many schools here today and education institutions that still use traditional means of teaching, such as whiteboard and marker, paper and pen, the possibilities that open when we use technology in the classroom are endless. And that's where we come in. We are introducing a learning solution that uses AR and VR. And I've listed some of the features over here. So the first feature is called perception of depth. So what this allows you to do is, for the educators, for the teachers, for the trainers, you are able to visualize your teaching content in a more clear perspective. So anything that you see will be visualized in an AR and VR perspective. Number two is 360 immersive view. So now your viewing experience is no longer two-dimensional. So everything that you see will be three-dimensional and will be beyond. Right? It will be in an AR and VR perspective. And lastly, kinesthetic realism. So this, using our learning solution, you will be able to bring to life all your teaching material, right? And it will bring a sense of realism. And our approach is twofold. First is we will engage with career and technical education programs. So this would be for primary to secondary schools, up to even vocational schools. And second is industrial training programs. This is to develop and engage with those who are entry-level professionals, those who want to kickstart their career in the STEAM field, as well as those who want to learn a new skill. So this are how we approach using AR and VR as a learning solution. So just for a brief moment, would you imagine with me, you are sitting in front in a classroom and you have a display in front of you. And in that display, imagine there is a 3D object, let's say a car. And then imagine that 3D object, that car, appears out of the display. And now imagine that the 3D model, that car, is moving around. And imagine that as the car moves around, you are able to remove the pieces of the car. You can remove the bonnet, you can remove the tires, and you can play and interact with the object. Now, you don't have to imagine anymore. Because what we bring to you as a learning solution is able to do all that and much more. And our learning solution does not require anyone to wear any form of goggles. So the AR and VR perspective only requires yourself and your naked eye to view all your content using your own eyes itself. So no head-mount device required. And also our software is programmed to bring a sense of realism, and also it's programmed to follow all the latest industrial standards as well. So the purpose as to why we introduced this learning solution is simple. One is to adjust the students, our future scientists and engineers, to adapt the latest industrial climate, since the industrial climate is always changing, right? And second is to teach them how to think creatively and out of the box, so that when they enter into their career, they will be well-rounded and competent, able to develop our nation's STEM field. And lastly, our learning solution will allow trainers, teachers, and educators to do things that will be considered dangerous, impossible, counterproductive, and expensive. So what this does is open up the possibilities in ways the teachers are able to teach hard, abstract concepts, things that won't be easily understood in a normal classroom. So this will accelerate the learning program, and like the problem mentioned earlier by those who have been speaking earlier, they mentioned how hard is it to draw students into the STEM field. And this is a solution that we are able to provide, to be able to bring them into the STEM field by making the learning solution more attractive, more fun, more engaging, and more interactive. So we have prepared some learning module, training apps, some softwares that we would like to introduce to you today. So first is from the field of science. So here I have listed a few. The first we have is chemistry. And this will allow users, the learners, to perform many different types of experiments, projects, simulations, and here they are able to do it using various levels of complexity. Second, science. So here we have different branches of science like bio, physics, and chem, even astronomy. They can use 3D models, pick the 3D model, and study from the 3D model different types of topics. Lastly, experiences. This one you can do simulations for experiential-based simulations such as Earth, life in space, and so on. Next, technology. We cover the fundamentals of computer science. Whether it be you want to teach, or your students want to learn the important programming languages like HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, all these are related to web and game development as well. We provide. And also, we have training modules like industrial robotics expert. So this training module covers how to operate an industrial robot. What are the inner workings? What are the principles that go behind how an industrial robot works? Next, for engineering, over here these modules are related to E&E engineering. Of course, we also have mechanical engineering as well. So this module here covers how to build basic electrical and electronic circuit. What are the basic components that are used in a manufacturing plant, for example. And all this uses AR and VR to teach your students. So it's very interactive, very immersive, and it's very fun. And lastly, this is arts. So for arts, we have several software as well. So these are for those who are interested in 3D modeling, 3D printing, and designing. They can use this software and upload their design and view everything in AR, VR. So moving over to math, here these programs will teach how to do polygons, teach them simple math concepts. Also, the last one is Martian math over here. So this is a gamified version of the software. As you progress along the game, you will be able to learn and solve more arithmetic functions. So over here, this is a very important image that I would like to highlight for the audience here today. As you can see, this is the map of the United States. And right now, in the US itself, there are more than 2,400 schools that have been actively engaging in this form of education to their students. And a staggering of more than 1 million students have been exposed to this technology. And with that numbers in mind, I would like to draw our attention here back to Malaysia. And we have yet to introduce any of this technology to our future scientists and engineers. So one of the problems, which is drawing more future talents into the STEM field, that problem could be solved by introducing a learning solution which uses AR and VR. So with that, I would like to proceed with a short demo session. I hope you guys will be able to see how it all works right behind the scenes. So over here, this is our hardware solution. And as you can see, my colleague Kulim over here is picking an object. This is a butterfly, and he's picking it out. It appears out of the screen. And his perspective here is in AR and VR, meaning anything that he's seeing right now is actually appearing out of the screen. And in order for him to share the experience with the audience, he is able to project whatever he's seeing to the big screen over here. So over here, this is a robotic arm, and he can pull the robotic arm outside of the screen. As you can see, he can explode, dissect the parts, and he can. And this is a model of a heart. So as you can see, you can interact with it, you can pull it around. You can look through the heart as well, you can see what is inside the heart. And you can also simulate. When you click this button over here, you can make the heart go faster. And you can see how the 3D object responds. So right now, we will proceed with a very short live demo. My colleague Kulim over here will perform some activities live. So right now he's in the chemistry module. So as you can see, this is a periodic table. So right now, as he's selecting all these individual elements, you can see that the number of protons, electrons, and neutrons are changing. This is very interactive, very fun, very immersive as well. Right? And you can select different types of properties like boiling point, melting point, and you can visualize the atomic number. So next, as you can see here, is a chemical reaction called precipitation. So right now he's forming the equation of the element. As you can see, he's picking and he's connecting the elements together. And later, once he has completed, you can see the result of what he's doing over here. So right now, as you can see, there's a reaction happening as a result of the elements that he's been interacting with. So this is another chemical reaction, and he's joining the elements together. And this is very useful for educators, right? For educators and trainers. You want to teach your students and you want to engage with them in a more interactive way. This is the way to do it, right? Instead of a whiteboard and number, this can be very engaging to the students, and the students will find it interesting. Next, moving over to so over here, this is engineering related, and here, as you can see, he's going to hit mechanical structure. Let's see, this is a pneumatic cylinder, right? So as in this pneumatic cylinder itself, if you want to teach your students what are the components that make up the pneumatic cylinder, you can dissect it, you can open it up, you can look inside, and you can see, you can pick up individual components, you can show it to your students, and trainers, you can train those who want to be trained as to how to assemble this equipment, for example. And all this is being done in AR and VR right now. So bear with me, there's just a few more. So here, this is another engineering software as well. So over here, for example, one of the toughest things to teach in the classroom are when the topics are very abstract. Right? You need to visualize these subjects so that your students can understand them better. So over here, this is how you visualize magnetic principles, for example. So right now, he's looking at how the magnet works, and this application is used for a motor. Right? So you can see that there's an animation for the magnetic field and the current that is flowing. So this would give your students a better understanding of how this thing works. And over here is another circuit as well. So as you can see, there are little animations that show to you which direction the magnetic field flows and which direction does the current flow. So this will give a more clear picture of what is actually happening. This is what I was talking about, the abstract principles, the abstract concepts that are not easy to explain. Then moving over, we have over here, this is an electrical engineering training app. So as you can see, my colleague is assembling a small circuit. So as he's assembling the circuit, he's able to choose different types of components, and then at the end, after he has assembled everything, he's able to simulate the circuit. So right now, this is a motor, this is a battery, and this is to measure the voltage, the current, the resistance, and the power. So at different points of the circuit, he's able to measure all these properties. Right, all this is real time and it is being simulated. And right now we change the value of the resistance, and as a result, you will see that the speed of the motor is changing. So this is following engineering principle called the Ohm's law. And this is the motor itself. And now in order for you to show your students what is this motor and what are the components that make up this motor, so my colleague Lee Hong will be able to dissect the motor, open it up and show what is inside of the motor. And she can remove one piece and remove another piece. Yeah. Alright. So that's all for our short live demo, and we will be here in this booth over here. If any of you are interested in a live demo one-to-one, you want to experience the AR/VR technology, you are able to do so later. We will be over here. Right. So that's all for our short little sharing. Thank you for your attention.
Terima kasih atas sesi pertemuan kita ini.
Thank you for the presentation just now.
Hadirin sekalian, seterusnya majlis menjemput dan mempersilakan Yang Berhormat Datuk Mira dan Tuku Abdul Rahman untuk menyampaikan sederhati kepada para penaja program Kedah STEM Fair 2023. Dengan itu dipersilakan Yang Berhormat Datuk Mira dan Tuku Abdul Rahman